Brilliant. Hi, I'm Sophie Nichols and I'm head of the Humanities Department here at Teesside University. Remaking Middlesbrough is a really exciting project. It's the university's very first Wikipedia editathon. So the idea is that we're involving staff, students and the general public in a project to look at how Middlesbrough and the surrounding regions are represented online, because Wikipedia is one of the most popular websites. It's one of the most highly used websites, obviously, and so it's really important to look at how we're represented online on Wikipedia pages and also some of the other Wikimedia tools as well. And so it's actually been really interesting that we've had fantastic feedback already from members of the public who've been getting in touch to say, we love this idea, we've got stories that we want to share, we know people from the area who are really important and have made big contributions in all kinds of different areas, from literature to sport, and they don't have a Wikipedia page. Can we create one? That's exactly the kind of thing that we want to do. So on Friday the 27th we have a training session that's open to staff. And this is being run by the Wikimedian of 2017, Ewan McAndrew, who's coming down from the University of Edinburgh, where he's based. And he's going to be introducing staff in a morning session and afternoon session to using Wikipedia as a learning and teaching tool. So that's really exciting because we're very lucky to have Ewan come down and do that for us. And then on Saturday the 28th we have the Remaking Middlesbrough editathon, which is where we'll put those skills into practice, and we'll also be giving training to anybody who comes along from the public or again from staff and student bodies. We're going to be giving them training in how to create Wikipedia pages, how to revise them, so that I think it's really important actually that people have these skills, and I think it's really important that we look at this crowdsourcing of knowledge which Wikipedia represents. It's a fantastic thing. I spent years saying to students, don't use Wikipedia in your essays, and Wikipedia has grown over the years, but I think that now it's a great starting point. It's a good starting point for you to start looking at something, particularly because that knowledge is crowdsourced. People are actually coming together and editing in a very rigorous way what appears on Wikipedia. So you can't just put anything up on a Wikipedia page without it actually being checked and double checked and cross-referenced. And so therefore it's probably a very good source for trustworthy facts because of the way that that knowledge has been created. And in this post-truth world that we find ourselves in now, I think that's really important. A couple of years ago, I went to an Association of Learning Technology conference in Edinburgh, and I did a really inspiring workshop with Martin Poulter, who's Wikimedian in residence at the Bodleian Library in Oxford, and also Ewan McAndrew was there from the University of Edinburgh. And I started thinking about what a great way this would be to help students to learn. So thinking about critical skills, thinking about research skills, using archives or original sources to create Wikipedia pages. There are even some amazing projects now on Wikisource, which are all about looking at, for example, rare books or rare documents and then actually creating transcripts of them. So all sorts of interesting ways that you can use that in learning and teaching, and that's where this idea grew from. So what I would say is just come along, especially if you feel that you don't have the technical skills or the editing skills. We really want to support you and help you to gain them. So do come along on the Saturday. And I think what will be really interesting is, I have no idea who's going to turn up. I think that we'll meet some really interesting people from the region. I'd love to help students to just explore how they might use Wikipedia and some of the other really interesting Wikimedia tools too, to think about their own stories and to think about how they can contribute to this fantastic region that we live in that is very often quite misunderstood and misrepresented.